Hello everybody, my name is Daniel Cantu, Spanish radio play-by-play announcer for the Atlanta Braves. I'm here with Dansby Swanson. Who would have thought he's with the Braves now? Dansby, thanks for the interview. Thanks for the interview. So when they told you, hey, you were traded with the Braves, I mean, what was your reaction?
Well, I mean, it was wild. First of all, just because I was actually out to dinner, and being in Nashville now, I was out to dinner with my girlfriend and some people from Nike, and the winter meetings were in Nashville, so it literally happened like 10 minutes down the street. But it was a mix of emotions at first, just because your loyalty kind of switches from college to the team you got drafted by, and so you're excited to start your future with that team. But then they had different plans in mind, and I kind of took like a week to settle down and not basically make a emotional decision on being happy or mad or whatever it may be. So after that time passed, I was really excited to be back home and saw the opportunity in front of me, and it'd be a good time.
Because there was no way that the Braves were going to draft you, right? I mean, there was no chance at the draft time.
No, not at the time, just because of how everything works. That would have been I guess something that would happen. So it's just weird how things work out.
So it was totally a surprise. Did you hear any rumors or anything?
No, not really. I didn't think I was going to be getting traded, but I mean, I guess it just goes to show you that anything can happen, and it sure did.
What about your family? Hey, you're coming home.
I know. They're really, really pumped. Grew up there. Grandparents are there. Mom and dad. My brother lives in Marietta. My sister just moved back to Marietta as well. So we got the whole crew back, and I'm excited for it.
And now it's funny that the Braves are coming to town. They're coming to your neighborhood.
Our
neighborhood.
Yeah, I was about to say. It's Turner is like 35, 40 minutes down the highway from me, and now the new stadium's like 10, 15 minutes away. So proximity is nice, and especially with all the people I grew up with, they'll probably end up back in Marietta too. So just one big happy family.
And now the Diamondbacks, they were retooling and getting better when they took you on the draft, and when they send you to the Braves, that they're going through difficulties at the major league level. I mean, did you have any mixed feelings when they said, ouch, yeah, the Braves are my hometown team, but why the Braves?
Well, I mean, see, I grew up in the time where they were dominant, when they won the 14 straight, and every year it was, how many wins are the Braves going to get this year? Because, they were always around 100, they were always making the playoffs. It's an exciting time, and being able to be around that, you basically want to get back to that. It kind of gives you the opportunity to help rebuild what we had before, and hopefully be able to recreate some of those moments.
And who do you grow up watching when you were little?
Well, actually, I'm a huge Nomar Garcia-Parra fan. He played for the Red Sox. But on the Braves, I just really, really admired just the entire team. I mean, you had Chipper, obviously, who was the superstar, but I mean, then you look at the pitching was top notch, and you had they had great teams, and that's something we're trying to build now, and it's exciting for the years to come.
Have you talked to Chipper or any of the Braves players that you used to watch playing?
Yeah, well, a lot of them, like Andrew Jones, Chipper, a lot of those guys, Eddie Perez, Javi Lopez, all those guys came down to spring training. So they were down there, and I got to pick their brain and just talk to them and enjoy that time with them.
Was this a dream, or you knew you were gonna be a Major League Baseball player? I mean, when you found out you had the talent to compete?
It was honestly a combination of the two. I mean, it still is a dream. You never lose sight of that dream, and now it's just more of a reality, and you just got to go make it happen. So I guess I just always stayed on course, and worked hard to get to where I am now. It was a progression, just because I was always, I matured later than everybody. I'm still growing a little bit. I kind of, I'm still, I guess, increasing my ability, honing in my skills and everything like that. So hopefully I can peak a little bit later and make an impact.
Did your family, like your parents especially, like any parent, did they ever say, why don't you go to college or get a real job? I mean, did they ever discourage you?
No, never. My parents are awesome. They actually come tonight. They're awesome. They always push me to be the best that I could be, and we're a very sports-oriented family. Everybody in my family played college athletics, so that's kind of how I grew up. It's just in a competitive atmosphere, and that's what they, I guess, kind of raised me on. And they never ever discouraged me from doing what I wanted to do. They just wanted me to be happy doing what I was doing.
So basically, like religion in your family.
Oh yeah, pretty close.
All right. So now, do you see doing something else? If you weren't doing baseball, what would you be doing?
Well, I mean, baseball. I'd probably be playing basketball. That's why I usually play. I love basketball. Honestly, probably my still
Your favorite player?
Basketball? LeBron. It's got to be LeBron. Yeah.
Which team? Any of the LeBron teams or which
yeah,
jersey?
my biggest thing with LeBron is I really respect him as a guy. You know, you just see all the things he does for his community and you know, the relationships he's built, and you know, you hear all these stories, and people want to kind of like make him this villain, but you know, he's a phenomenal guy. He's done a lot of things for a lot of people, so really respect that. And obviously, he's, you know, the greatest in the world at what he does. So all that is very, very commendable.
And for what team would you see playing basketball? You wear a basketball
Oh,
player.
I mean, the Hawks would be nice, obviously, because that's the hometown team. But you know, playing against a guy like LeBron would obviously be awesome because you know he does all the work. You just gotta make some shots. But you know, they have the NBA's. It's really, really fun for me to watch. So any opportunity would be nice.
So now that you play here, I mean, let's say that they call from the front office and say, "Hey, Dansby, we need you now." Do you feel ready to take the field, to take the shortstop position? I mean, do you feel that your defense is on the Major League level now?
Yeah, well, I think you know you got to think that way. In order to get to where you want to be, you got to have that confidence and faith in yourself. And you know, every day we come out here and work to be able to get there physically and mentally. So you know, I have to say yes to that, but you know that's not really my decision. Every day I'm just going to go out and try and become the best version of myself.
Offensively?
Same thing. You know, there's a lot of learning that goes on. You know, college was one thing, and you know, you learn a lot there, and you know, the style of play is a little bit different. So just learn to adjust to that, and basically just stick to your guns, and what you do best is what you do best, and you know, sticking to that.
You know, for baseball players, they take some baseball players the average to mature to be ready for major leagues is between 3 to 5 years. And back in the 80s or mid 90s, probably in the 2000s as well, there wasn't so much attention for the draft. Now it's different.
Right.
So how do you handle the attention? Because now everybody talks about you, not only in the Braves Major League level, anywhere they talk about you, they follow you every at bat.
Right,
they don't wait until the end of the game. How do you deal with so much attention?
Well, a lot of that I think is created just because you know media and social media is so great these days. That everything you do is everywhere. And I think part of it too is college baseball kind of started to reach pretty highly, and it's on ESPN and with the SEC network. So us being on TV all the time, I think creates some of that I guess attraction towards Vanderbilt and myself. But I think the biggest thing is I was obviously raised pretty well by my parents. Just stay humble and focus on myself. Control what I can control, because all the other stuff is just outside noise. People will talk regardless if you want them to or not. So, you can't really, let it affect you. And like I said, just focus on being the best that you can be, and that's all you can really do.
When you're not playing baseball, what do you do?
Hang out. I don't really get that much, like what you were talking about, with all the attention. You don't really get much relaxation or me time. So, never get that time to be able to just kind of sit down and relax. And, I love being around friends. I love building relationships with people. So, I try and get to know my teammates well, and in the off season it's the same kind of thing. Just play some golf and have fun and be around the people as well.
Well, we're sure that you're going to be at the Major League team. We don't know when, but whenever that happens, we wish you the best.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Dansby, for the interview. Dansby Swanson, Atlanta Braves, Mississippi Braves now for La Mejor. Gracias.